Like, it's $40. I don't know how else to say it. It's $40. Like, think about whatever you make at your job. How long does it take you to make $40? Welcome back to the Big Liston channel. We are in the Big Liston basement, and happy Thanksgiving to all of you out there. As you can see, I am in my Christmas pajamas because we are officially kicking off Christmas 2021 season. We're deep into Q4 already. We know that from October 1st onward. That's Q4. But Thanksgiving this year and last year, my wife and my son and I have not been able to visit with anybody due to extenuating circumstances. So we stay home, we put on our matching family pajamas, and we just hang out and have a good time. So this is what we picked out this year. Last year they were like dinosaurs. It said like tree wrecks or something like that. They glowed in the dark. It was a lot of fun. But anyway, we got a new video here. We are going to be doing a bunch of what's sold, I'm sure, over the next week. I'm actually recording this on Thanksgiving, so I have no idea what the coming days hold for us. But I hope it's great. I'm sure it's going to be great. You know, tonight is going to start a big shopping weekend here. Tomorrow's a big shopping day, the whole weekend really, and then Monday you got Cyber Monday, so you're going to get a lot of people going online, all sorts of good stuff. But plan on covering what's sold. I'm sure we'll cover some pro tips, all that good stuff. But let's get into the video because we had 3 sales today, and I'm going to pull them. Let's get to looking at those sales. So first one here wasn't actually even in a box yet. It was just sitting in a cardboard box. I hadn't actually packed it away yet. This is a Department 56 maple tree. It has these like little fabric leaves on there. All the branches are flexible. I had it listed and it sold full price. $15 plus calculated shipping. It's about 10 inches tall. But this stuff that I'm listing for Christmas Village is just flying. It's going so fast, and I still have probably another 10 or so items to list out of that lot. So I'm pretty excited. I'm sure they're all going to go in the next week. Next up, we're taking a look here in A3. So we sold the Solar Lab 1.0. I can't even remember what I have into this. It couldn't be more than like $1 or $2. It ended up selling for $20 actually, plus calculated shipping, I believe. So I'm gonna have to see what I have to ship this out. Might send it out in like a 1092 box if it fits. That's one that you can get for free from USPS. I always recommend keeping those on hand. You never know when they might come in handy, but we're gonna see if that fits in there. And next up, we're down here in A18. So this was a sale out of that first Christmas Village lot that I got a few months back, but it took me a while to list. These are porcelain saucers in the snow. It's a set of 3. It is used. I described it. There's this big rip on the top of the box, tons of color fade, but overall the items themselves in there are in great shape. This guy sold for $10 plus shipping, and so we're going to definitely send this out in a box. It's glass. Got to pack it really well so it doesn't show up box-wise in any worse shape than it already is, because this is what the buyer decided to purchase with the rip, with the scuffs. We don't need any more on there. Hey everyone, it is Sunday, November 28th. We're back in the basement here. So I haven't recorded in a few days because I figured, you know, let's get over the hump of the weekend. I shipped out all the stuff on Thursday, which you guys just saw. But before we get started here, here's the last year's set of Christmas pajamas. Christmas tree wrecks. Just thought I'd share with everybody because I was talking about them a couple days back. But anyway, the reason I haven't recorded is because I typically record when I have something to show that I sold. And so Friday, the biggest shopping day of the year, also known as Black Friday, came and went, and I had 0 sales. That's right, 0 sales. And then by the time I got my sale, my 2 sales on Saturday, mail pickup had already happened. The post office was closed. So that's all fine and good. And then I had 2 more today. And so 4 sales total for the weekend. Now, with this being said, I guess I just set myself an expectation for this weekend and it was not met. And let's also preface this with the expectation I set was completely constructed based on nothing right in here. I had no reason to believe that I would have a monstrous weekend besides the fact that it's the biggest shopping weekend of the year. However, I also kind of expected that because last year, this weekend, you know, Thanksgiving through Black Friday weekend, you know, I had 142 active listings going into Thanksgiving. This year I had 342. So 200 listings more. I mean, like exponentially more there, right? Well, I expected more sales and I didn't. Last year I got 4 as well over the weekend. So I'm not really sure what's going on. That's okay. I also took a look at what to expect maybe if I'm going to be following a similar trend. Most of my sales last year came between December 5th and December 15th. So I guess we'll see what happens this year. Either way, we still got 4 sales. I'm happy about it. But at the end of the day, the big point of this entire rant is perspective. And I know that's pretty generic, but I'm talking about setting expectations for myself that I have no metric to achieve or control over whether or not it'll be achieved. I did my part on my end. I put items up for sale and I expected a result of a sale. And then throughout that time, I also put up more items for sale. I consistently listed and I ship very quickly, especially this time of year as I preach an awful lot on this channel. Long story short, I held up my end of the deal because when you're an eBay seller, your end of the deal is list and ship in a timely fashion. And it's that simple. So I have nothing to be too upset over because I held up my end of the bargain. It didn't shake out how I expected it to. That's okay, on to tomorrow. But let's turn this camera around and take a look at the 4 sales from this weekend. All right, so these 4 sales, the first 2 that we're going to talk about aren't even in boxes. So let's take a look. So I sold another one of these Thomas Kincaid sculptures. This guy went for $9 plus calculated shipping. Calculated shipping came out to somewhere around like $10 and some change. It's tested and working. It's not nearly as large as the other ones, which is why I sold it. Significantly less. It also doesn't have a very good sell-through rate, but I wanted to move it this year. If this doesn't sell by mid-December, chances are I would have held on to it until next Christmas. And so even for the rest of these items, because I do have a number of other ones, which I'll show you guys before the end of this video, if they don't sell this year, they're going to be sat on, most likely for another year. All right, so another one of those Thomas Kincaid guys. This is a great one. No chips, cracks, scuffs, scratches. It's all really in good shape, tested, working, all the good stuff. Definitely heavier and bigger than the other one. This guy sold for $22 plus calculated shipping. So I know I still have 2 more items to pull, but it's really worth noting and reiterating that when you have what's specifically a Christmas or holiday themed item, like those Thomas Kincaid sculptures, it's very likely they're not going to sell in the middle of June. Christmas ornaments, sure, they'll sell year-round. I'm sure these sell year-round as well, but you might not get quite as much money for them. You're not going to sell them quite as fast. You need to be prepared to store them if you're not going to list them. So my goal in the next 2 days is going to get the rest of that stuff up. And you might be thinking like, Mike, how can it take you 2 days to get up like 10 items? Well, because they're not exactly fun things to list. You got to test them. You got to make sure they're clean. You really have to inspect them. Each item takes significantly longer to get up than something else. So as an example, I'm going to use the next item I'm about to pull. It's over here in A8. So this is what's next up. It's a Disney diorama of the Haunted Mansion. It's a 3 hitchhiking ghosts. I know I keep getting the glare, so I apologize. But it's just this little cardboard product. It's sold for like $12 plus shipping. It's nothing crazy. This guy, including the time it took me to source it at an estate sale, I got this for like $1. It took me a whole 0 seconds to decide to buy this. I saw Disney and I saw Haunted Mansion. I knew somebody would buy it. I didn't even think about it. So I grabbed it as I walked past. To take the pictures, it was a picture of the front, a picture of the back, and then I took specifically a picture here and here and here, which was a whole 5 seconds. The listing took me 2 minutes, and it's going to take me a whole 2 minutes to pack it up. This is like 4 minutes to make $10. So again, we talk in terms of how much money do you make an hour if this was all you were selling, and you were selling these by the hour. Well, 4 minutes, let's just call it 5 minutes for that matter, to make, after everything, roughly $10. Well, 10 times 5. $50 an hour. That's what it comes out to. So when you look at something like those houses and storage, this is very flat. It's easy to scoop, to hide away. Those houses are a pain in the butt. They're fragile. They take a lot of time to pack up. You really got to be cautious with what you're doing. So I don't know, if I had to decide to sit on something like this or something like that for an entire year, I'll pick this all day. And then our last item up is over here in A. All right, and last up, another plush. We have Hank from Finding Nemo. It's a 10-inch Disney branded plush poly bag, and it will go on out. Hey, good morning, everybody. It is Monday, November 29th. We had another sale overnight, so I'm getting this wrapped up before I get started this morning. It's going to be over in A2 here. All right, so out of A2, I sold this lot of 4 gum Proxa brush go-betweens. These are just between your teeth brush cleaners, but this wide size, you can sell this a lot of 4, 15 bucks plus calculated shipping. Came out to just shy of 6 bucks on the shipping. We're just gonna poly bag these and send them on out. It's still Monday, but it's about 15 and a half hours later. We had 3 more sales today, so let's pull them. First one's gonna be an A2. So we've got the Good Garage Sale making another comeback here. They have a $1 bin there. That's where I got those deodorant sticks and a bunch of other good stuff. I got this Aussie Sprunch hairspray, 5 bottles for $1 a piece. So $5 into this whole thing. Sold for today for $45 plus calculated shipping. Pretty awesome. And now we're gonna head into A17. So I got this Quicksilver anode kit. Full retail, this guy's like 120, 130 bucks, I think. They resell brand new on eBay for typically 90 bucks or so, with or without shipping. I got this, again, from Good Garage Sale. Make another comeback, but the bottom was all torn open. I mean, this thing's a wreck. The pieces are just laying loose in there, but it supposedly new, it looked new. Everything seems fine, but I sold it at a deep, deep discount because of all this torn up stuff, and honestly, I don't really know what you do with it in the first place because I'm not very savvy in this regard. So I sold this for $40 plus shipping. So we're going to pause for a second before we move on to the last item because we do have one more. But I'm telling you, the theme of this video is going to be something like perspectives. I'm not going to name it that. The reason I say that is because I've been finding myself like keeping myself in check. So yesterday, or in the last clip you watched where I said my expectations weren't met for Black Friday weekend and how, I did something like this where it's like, it's all up in here. Well, it's a big mental game too, outside of just the logistics of listing and shipping, there is a big mental game. So with that being said, you also get a little jaded as time goes on. So when you first get started, you're excited for every sale, every single sale. And I still get excited for every sale, so don't get me wrong. But, when you think about what makes or breaks your month, the little sales really do make your month. When you're making $5, $10 on a sale, that's a little sale. But if you get 30 of those or 40 of those, they really add up. The reason I'm talking about this is because when you start getting 20 sales a month regularly, 30, 40, 50, and they start going up and up and up, you start to see a wider range of sales and the prices they sell for. And so now, sometimes, like I've had like a dozen $20 to $40 sales in the last, 10 days. And that's pretty awesome. But, I had a $40 sale come through and I'm like, oh, that's nice, $40. No, it's $40. It's $40. Like, it's $40. I don't know how else to say it. It's $40. Like, think about whatever you make at your job. How long does it take you to make $40? I can tell you that for me to make $40 in my job, it is significantly longer than it took me to do both those items that sold for $40 today. Well, one for 40, one for 45. Significantly longer. If I scale this up, the amount of time that I'm spending on these 2 items from the start of listing all the way through my shipping tonight, sans this video, significantly higher. It's crazy. So remember, don't get jaded by the amount you're selling and, saying, oh, well, that's nice. It's $30. It's $20. No, it's still $20. It's still $30. Be appreciative of every single sale because it's money in your pocket that took minimal effort. Let's get on to the last item. Last one's over in A, plush. Every single day we've been selling plush and I'm loving it. Glad that these guys are going. We have so many of them here. I'm really hoping I have a ton of them go. I would really like over the next 5 weeks to have one of these boxes just completely empty. Not that I want to throw it away, but just have it completely empty. That'd be awesome. It'd be like 40 or 50 more of these, and at the rate we're going with Christmas time, I think it's totally possible. All right, so this is our last one up here. We got a Disney Store genuine original Sven plush, 10 inches long. This guy's been listed for a while, but no surprise, it's cold out now. Sven's from Frozen. Frozen's popular at Christmas time, so on and so forth. I honestly don't remember what he sold for. I think it was like 10 bucks or something plus shipping. Happy to see him go. I like this one. I think it's good. Poly bag going out. Hey everyone, it's Tuesday, November 30th. We had another sale overnight, so we're gonna pack it up so we can ship it out before mail pickup. All right, here's the plush that's sold. This is a Build-A-Bear Workshop yellow topaz bear. You can see the topaz marking on the bottom. This guy sold for $8 plus $7.95 calculated shipping. Gonna go out in a poly bag, real simple and straightforward. I like this bear. It has like the silver throughout it. Pretty interesting looking. Hey everyone, it's still Tuesday the 30th. 3 more items sold today, 2 to the same person. So let's pull them and take a look. First one up here is an A3. These are going to the same person. These are rubber bracelets, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. There's 6 in each pack. These are going out for $8 a piece. Next up, we're down here in A12. So this is a door panel remover. Picked this up full retail because I actually planned on using it. This was a few years ago. This is actually one of the first items I listed on eBay. I'm talking like January 2020. And it sold for pretty much exactly what I bought it for. It was around like $8 or $9 plus shipping. All right, everybody, I think we're gonna call it a wrap on this video. You know, I'm really happy with the mix of content we have here. I know we did quite a bit of what sold, and I went on a couple of short rants there for a few minutes, but I think it's all worth it. I think there's a lot of good information here, a lot of good examples of what's selling, and you know, sometimes you just gotta quit while you're a little bit ahead, or at least feel like you're ahead. So this is just covering things from last Thursday through tonight on Tuesday. And yeah, kind of a shorter time frame, but I'm okay with that. I feel like we have enough good stuff here to make it worth your while in watching. I hope you really enjoyed everything. And until next time, let's get some sales out there. Christmas time's upon us.